Extremely frustrated today, and more so defensively, but I thought our offense was equally as bad. It's like we forget how to find guys and locate guys and guard them. And we don't have any pride in getting any stops. We just think we're going to outscore teams, and that doesn't happen. And then offensively, the ball sticks way too much, and that we talk about this all the time. And I don't know why guys keep trying to be individuals and trying to get their individual points. We're not that type of a team this year. We got to play better together. 5 is 1, and we're not really doing that right now. And in practice, sometimes I think, man, we're really good offensively, and then we get in the game, it's just like, let's just dribble the ball around and try to score points by ourselves. So, we're going to have to play a lot better come Saturday, because if we play like we did tonight, we're going to get beat by Concord, and it's not going to be pretty. So, obviously, when the head coach doesn't think you play very well, and you can score 108 points and win the game, maybe that's a good thing. But not too pleased right now as a head coach.
Ben, do you, in that sense, do you kind of feel like it's fool's gold right now because you're getting away with it?
Yeah, and again, when we play, the top of the Mountain East Conference teams, we're not going to get away with it. And I thought at Charleston, we actually played well offensively. We got good shots, and too much of our shots are coming off the dribble and rather than the pass. And we talk all the time. Let's get some shots off the pass rather than the dribble, because we don't have that guy this year. And Hill can do it some, but that's not really his game. We need to have better passes and limit the turnovers. And going in the shoot around today, we talked about limit the number of unforced turnovers. And today we had 15 of them, and I would say 12 of them were unforced. We just gave the ball away. That's 12 extra possessions that we could have had. Frustrating, but hopefully we can clean it up.
You've kind of been disappointed with slow starts out of the gate, especially defensively.
Yeah.
With the pressure. I thought you guys had a fast start today.
Yeah.
And then it kind of flip-flopped. The second half, the
energy
wasn't
there.
Got
too loose. Got way too loose, and our guys were too loose in the locker room. They thought the game was over, and maybe that's on me. Maybe I need to get these guys fired up a little bit more, come halftime. But we were up, I think, 21. They hit a shot at the buzzer to make it 21, and I thought the game's going the way we want it to right now. And they actually cut it to 8, if I'm not mistaken, in the second half. 9.
Yeah.
9. And then it was a game again.
Right, but right as soon as they cut it to 9, you guys scored 14 straight points.
Right. Right. And we need to eliminate those bad runs in our favor and turn them around and make them runs that help us out rather than just give them the ball.
How about the guy sitting to your left and what he's had to fight through to get back to this
really
point?
Proud of Evan. And he tore his ACL 2 years ago, and just I've never seen a kid rehab as hard as Evan. And he was actually ahead of schedule both times on his ACL tear, which that doesn't happen very often. And this kid, if you would see the amount of work he puts into rehab, it's unbelievable. He's in here running and stretching and lifting on his legs, and I'll come in here to get a workout myself at night or early in the morning. This kid's in there. He was relentless in this rehab, and he's been practicing very well. So I said, you know what, it's time to take the leash off of him, put him in the second platoon, and he's 5 for 11, scored 12 points, and I thought he played well.
Evan, can you kind of talk about the long road back and now to get back and what it feels like to be a part of it on the court again?
Yeah, it was tough to begin with. Had a breakout season last year where I got some more minutes, and I was looking forward to getting at it from the start this year, and had the setback. Obviously, knew I was going to be out, but I put a time on the schedule when I was going to be back, and it was just the little milestones, like not looking 6 months, 8 months from now. It was like, how am I going to be in 2 weeks? Like, maybe I'm going to be able to jog in 2 weeks or something like that. And I think that really helped out, and I have a really good support system. Coaches, all my teammates are always there for me, and I think that helps out a lot when you have a lot of people that are on your side through the journey, for sure.
Mentally, was it better for you to look in those short-term things? Because I would imagine when you're going through something like that, if you look at long-term, it can be deflating.
Yeah, I think anything in life, if someone tells you that you're not gonna be able to do something for 8 months, it's like, wow, this is like almost a year. Like there's so much stuff that can go on between now and then. But I think that was it was promising to be able to chunk it up into breaks. Like, now I'm able to maybe not go full practice, but I'm able to do shooting drills now, and just kind of slowly work my way into the lineup, and just do whatever I need to do to help the team win.
What was your daily routine like as far as the rehab goes?
I would say show up to practice a little over an hour before we started our workout. I was usually up in the training room doing all sorts of stuff. I had a lot of help from a physical therapist in St. Clairsville. He was giving me stuff to do and just working online, getting different workouts and stuff. So I would do that for probably an hour or so. Just it was pretty grueling at times. It really sucked. Like it would hurt afterwards, but then the next day it'd feel a little stronger. And obviously get shots up with the guys. I mean, just do what I could do at the time at the beginning. I mean, there's not a lot you could do, but maybe just sit in a chair 5 feet from the basket and shoot just shots over the hoop. But I mean, that's better than just sitting on the couch watching TV. So.
How about from the mental standpoint once you get back? Are there any nerves, any reservations?
I think the first time there might have been, but from going through it again, I kind of knew what I had to do to get back where I needed to be. So once again, I mean, I just had to put my head down and grind for those months, work back to where I am now. And I mean, it's still going today. I'm still rehabbing every day, trying to get even stronger. So.
Ben, people like us, we see athletes and we just think of them as athletes. I think sometimes we forget they've got to go to school. And this is a guy who has been honored for what he does in the classroom. Can you imagine the time that this took up? I mean, we're talking about really studying. We're talking about going to practice even though he's not participating. And rehab. I mean, for a young guy, that's taking up your entire life.
He's unbelievable. And Evan's kind of near, he's from where I'm from, near Marietta. So I knew Evan before he was even in high school. So to see him kind of go through this journey, and most guys, when they have their first ACL tear, you think he'll be back in a year. But when you have your second ACL tear, a lot of people will just cross him off the list and say they're never coming back again. Mm-hmm. This kid, from the time he tore his ACL, I remember meeting with him and saying, Evan, I'll leave it up to you. You can redshirt, or you can just say, I want to be on the team and kind of just be a student coach or whatever. From the very first time, he told me, he goes, I want to play. I want to play. I want to work this thing out. I'm going to work as hard as I absolutely can. And I said, all right, Evan, you do what you want. But in my mind, I was thinking he's done. I thought this kid, he's never going to return to the way he did last year. And he had a phenomenal year last year for us. Just he really stepped up. The first 3 years of his or first 2 years of his career, he didn't get a lot of minutes. And we started playing him last year, and he was phenomenal. Really helped us win a lot of games. So when he got hurt in the spring, I was thinking, man, that's another guy down. I can't catch a break. Last year it was Brady Arnold getting cancer. Now it's Evan French, a guy that I've spent 5 years with. He's down now. I crossed him off the list, but he proved me wrong, which I'm glad he did.
Is that kind of thing that more important than the player? It's being happy for the person.
Yeah. And these 5 seniors, I've spent a lot of time with them, and we've spent a lot of hours on the court. We've spent a lot of hours on the road with each other. They mean a whole lot to me, and I'm glad that he's able to go out playing. I didn't want him to sit on the bench, but I thought he was just not going to be able to play this year. So I'm extremely happy for him as a person. And then after this year, he's going to PT school. He's going to go to PT school, and he's going to be successful in whatever he does.
Is that something you always wanted to do, or did that come from what you've been through?
Yeah, a little bit, I think. I mean, it was always kind of in the back of my mind, but after going through it 2 times in a row for all that time, I was like, that's kind of cool. I think I want to get into this.